Hi, very warm welcome to Dusty Shelf Collectibles. So you may have seen that I've done a few J&S kits. A little while back I did the engine shed, I've also done a warehouse. More recently I did the pump and boiler house, and today is the chimney to go with the pump and boiler house. Now this one's not going to be a particularly long build, I don't think it's too complex, but I thought we'd put this together. I could take this over to the bench, put it together, and obviously this will then sit next to the pump house. These kits, I bought this at the Milton Keynes train fair, they had a stand there. A little bit expensive, but for what you get and the quality of them, absolutely superb. And the ones that I have done have been an absolute pleasure to put together. So yeah, with that said, let's take this over the bench and see what's inside. Okay, so you may have seen recently I put together this pump house from J&S Models, and yeah, completed that on the channel. The build's on the channel if you want to have a look. But there is a separate addition that you can add to this kit, which is a chimney. So there's three sizes of chimney: small, medium and large. I went for the medium chimney. I think it's about £11, and that goes with the pump house. So I will need to blank out one of these windows, which I can do from the inside, and then this sits on the outside against the pump house to finish it off. So I'll pop that to one side, and let's have a look what we've got here. So again, very well presented kit. You can see, look, this is let's open it up and have a look inside. Obviously not in the box as before with all of the packaging around. These are sort of an accessory, if you like, to the major kits. Really beautifully presented instructions again. So well done. Really do like those. Yeah, fantastic models there. Takes you through the steps: step 1, step 2, 4 steps to build your chimney. Now, one of the things I did do with this is I did go for the small brick on the building, and I've gone sort of the larger stone on the chimney. Hope it doesn't look too odd. That was my choice. Obviously there is a brick chimney as well, but I went with brick on the house and on the pumping station, and big stone on the chimney. So let's see how it looks. Right, step 1. I'm just going to mention again. So the instructions basically tell you to use a PVA glue. Because I'm trying to film this on camera, speed is of the essence, otherwise you'll be, the videos will be ridiculously long. So I am going to use super glue again. I use this industrial grade super glue. I got it from I think it was Tool Station or Screwfix, somewhere like that. Comes with an activator spray, so you can put your glue on, let it move it around, get your position right, spray it with this. It sets off very quickly, ideal for filming, but not recommended in the kit. As I say, recommended is the PVA glue, which it says there. The other thing is, when I built one of these before, the gentleman who makes these kits did get in touch with me and said, look, make sure you do cut through the little sprues to allow the pieces to come off. Don't just push them out. Well, I do struggle a little bit with this material. When I run my scalpel blade over it, it's like fingernails on a on a blackboard for me. So yeah, I'm going to try and cut through as many of these as I can. But if you do see me popping them through and then cleaning them up afterwards, that's not the recommended way to do it. The recommended way is to actually cut through them. So with that said, let's make a start. So just looking at this very quickly, it's these bits that we want first. So let's get those 4 pieces out. Just checking the cameras on, because I've recently done a couple of videos where I'm sitting here talking away to myself for half an hour, and then I forgot to press record on the camera, which is quite frustrating, especially when you're doing a model kit. You can't go back and redo the steps, because once you've built it, you've built it. It's not like Lego where you can take bits off and redo it. So right, that's those. Just pop those through. 2, 3 and 4. And I'm just going to clean up. This is what I was saying about pushing them through. If you haven't cut right through, you may need to just give them a little bit of a clean. option 1. Right, so it says here, option 1 should be used if the finished chimney is to be freestanding. If it's to sit tight against the building wall or the backstone, then the piece marked option 2 can be used. So let's have a look at the difference between option 1 and option 2. Oh, I see. Okay, so we've got, yeah, just basically gives you a little recess around. Right, I'm going to have my chimney freestanding so that I can move it around and get it where I need it. So I'm going to go with option 1. Again, just clean up these edges. There we go. Okay, and then this should just fit together. Let's just do a dry assembly first of all. I mean, just look how the corners go together. I don't think I'm even going to need glue on this. It's going together so nicely. That's wrong. That piece, sorry, picked up the wrong bit. That's fantastic the way it goes together. So I will reiterate, I did say this on the previous build of the pump house. These videos aren't sponsored. I paid for the kits. You know, I paid for them. I'm reviewing them. This is my opinion. I just think they're very, very good. That's so that's why, you know, there's a lot of praise being heaped on them. It's because, yeah, if I thought they were bad, I would tell you. But it's not a sponsored review. Okay. Right, that's gone together rather well. Glue the 4 pieces that form the lower part of the chimney. So which ones will be the lower part? Yeah, it must be. I don't know. Yes, it must be these 4 pieces here. Let's get these cut out. I do believe these are the upper pieces now, having looked at it again. Yeah, they, oh, I don't know now. I'm really not sure. Yeah, these are the upper pieces. Let's cut the lower pieces out. I'm convinced now these are the lower ones. Right, let's put these together. Now what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to glue a few of them, but not all of them. Just to good. Do the same on this one. Get that excess off. Yeah, a couple of little bits on there. Right, let's get this final piece in. Oh, it's gone together beautifully. Look at that. That's lovely. That's really nice. Right. No, I did get it wrong. This is the lower part of it. That is the upper part. So let's put this one together now. Then what? No harm done. Oh no! Well, oh my word, that went wrong very, very quickly. So, you saw me glue the parts together. I then brought them to line up with the base and realised that there's a joggle in the parts. So you've got two longer parts and two shorter parts either side. Now, it's very clear in the instructions, completely my fault. But when I picked these up, picked up sprue B, picked up sprue A, and I just assumed these are the parts for the top of the chimney, these are the parts for the bottom of the chimney. And that's not the case. You've got two parts from here for the top of the chimney and two parts from here from the bottom of the chimney. So, as I say, if I'd looked at the instruction and paid more attention, I probably wouldn't have made a silly mistake. And more importantly, if I'd followed the instructions and used PVA glue, it wouldn't have been so much of a problem. But the fact that I'd super glued them together, it then became quite a major problem. So, thankfully, I got some release agent and I managed to get the parts apart. I've managed to recover somewhat. Now, what I have had to do is I have had to lose the joggle off the top. So I've cut those out. And I am just going to glue the chimney straight on, but it's out by maybe a quarter of a millimetre, so it's not going to show. So I did recover from it. And as I say, completely my fault. You know, it's very clear in the instructions here. I just would say, you know, I'm a big fan of these kits and I'm a big fan of J&S models. I think everything they do is superb. Maybe useful just to, you know, maybe on the side of the parts here, just laser in. For idiots like me, you only need two of these bits for the top, and you know, 2 bits for the top and 2 bits for the bottom, just totally you know, to try and catch like I say, the idiots like me that don't read the instructions just to help them out, that might be useful. But yeah, recovered anyway. So, and no real damage done. There's a couple of little marks on here where the release agents got through, but I think once that's dry, they all disappear. So as I say, I don't have the joggle. You can see how the parts go together when you assemble the parts, and they link in, so you get like an interlock which forms the strength. I'm just gonna have to do a butt joint on this one and try and recover somehow. But these things happen, and they usually do happen to me. But it's worse when you're trying to do it on camera, and you try and use shortcuts like super glue, which is it's not the best thing to use in all cases. But as I said at the beginning, the reason I do that is because I've got to put these together in a certain amount of time, otherwise the videos just become too long and too wieldy. So anyway, I'm just going to cut these bits out. I was actually very lucky that I could get the parts separated. It was more luck than judgment, the fact that the activator, or the what do they call it, this super glue debonder, seemed to work and soften the joints up. Took me a little while of just levering them apart, but they did come in the end. I've lost about a centimetre off my chimney height. Never mind. Right, so how does this top go together? This drops on the top, like so. Is that right? Let's see if I can get there. Around the right way, there it goes. Let's just get these in as well. Is it going to go? Those two don't want to go in. I don't know why that is. Very slightly out of square. There it goes. That one's got a split in it. Right, that's okay. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on those to hold them in place. Okay, and then this ring goes on top of there. Making sure it's up the right way. And then finally there's a capping stone. Perfect. Right, I'm just going to glue these two together now. Like I say, I'm using a butt joint here, but the instructions do have an interlock in there. But I'm just at this point in time, I'm just pleased that I managed to recover something out of this build. Right, let me just line this up. Right, I'm going to let that set. Well, I think I recovered quite well from that. As I say, it was my own stupid mistake. I should have followed the instructions, and trying to cut corners to do it on camera, that was the problem. Chimney does look really good. Now the joint, my joint, is a little bit more visible than it should have been. You see it just there. And obviously, if I'd done it properly, it would have all interlocked together and looked perfect. So I still stand by what I said. I think these kits are fantastic. As I say, they're a little bit more expensive than others, but the way they do go together, should you put them together properly, is fantastic. It's just I do seem to sometimes get over enthusiastic and make mistakes, but I guess we all do that. It's not the end of the world. So I just had a look. The chimney kit was the medium one is £11, which isn't bad at all for what you get there. Nice tall chimney, does really look the part next to the pumping station. So yeah, it's going to look very, very good on the plans that I've got for little narrow gauge railway that I'm thinking about doing. yeah, anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. You know, I put all my mistakes on the camera as well. I don't try and hide anything. You know, if things go wrong, I do tell you about it. And yeah, if you have a look on the channel, there's some other models there from J&S Models and all kinds of things that may interest you. And if you can subscribe, I'd be really grateful. With that said, we'll leave this one there. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.